What's up, guys? Welcome back to First We Feast. I'm your host, Christian, and welcome back to Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. Today, we're very lucky to be joined by none other than Maria Perez,
Thanks for having me, guys.
an up-and-coming movie producer and someone who has played an extremely large role as the production designer of the new movie, Echoes of Influence. Thank you for joining us, Maria.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So what do you say we just go ahead and go right into the wings?
Let's do it.
So our first wing here is actually this one. Is our homemade sauce. So this is about 10,000 Scoville units, something like to start off with. So we say we get right into it. Cheers.
Cheers.
So let that tingle a little bit. Pretty good.
It's got a kick. But it's good.
Well, this is our first one, Maria. So let's see how you get to this challenge. So first off, I just want to ask you, how would you say your production skills developed throughout your project?
So my production skills developed throughout this project in various ways. Obviously, at the start, I didn't know what I was doing. I just joined the class. I didn't know what being a production designer was. I didn't know about mise en scène. I didn't know about any of that. But thankfully, because of the class, I learned all the research I put into this project with all the various movies I watched. Like After was a huge part and played a huge role in this in the making of this movie because it really influenced our choices. Cause the main character Tessa, she's like basically our main character, which is Claire. For my role as production designer, I really liked how she dressed, and that I wanted that to reflect in my movie. She dresses in like pastel colors, grays, whites, pink, and that sort of makes her look like she's innocent. She's also a hardworking student. She has her hair picked up. She's like you can really tell when you look at her that she's like good. And then we have the other main character, which is Hardin, and he's supposed to be like this bad influence on her. He wears like black, he has tattoos, he has black hair, he hangs out with the wrong crowd, and you can see that throughout the movie, and you can really tell when you look at him, and I wanted that to reflect on our movie. So for our main character, Claire, I decided to put her in a little bow because when you think of bow, you think of innocence. Mm-hmm. And then I also wanted her to wear glasses, which adds to that like nerdiness, studious, persona. Mm-hmm. She wears pastel colors just like Tessa does in After. And for our bad influence, I decided to obviously make them dress in black. So I made Molly wear black, a black shirt, black pants. She has jet black hair. It's let down. She wears like dark mascara, which really adds to that. And Josh, he also wears black. So like you can really tell when you look at him. Like the point that I want to make is that when you look at them, you can really tell who is good and who is a bad influence. Because color theory really plays a huge part in the production of this movie. Mm-hmm. Not just that, but props. Like I learned that props play a huge role in movies because they really add like depth. When Claire goes into her class for the first time, you see her carrying a laptop and she gets right into work. Mm-hmm. Like that really shows that she's like a studious person, and like she's like a good person. And when Claire first enters her brand new dorm at her new college, she sees Molly and Josh hanging out on the bed, but they're like doing drugs. Like Josh is like smoking, like trying to light a cigarette, and that really shows like off the bat that they're obviously not a good influence on her. And she doesn't know what to do. So would you say that your production skills from the beginning of the course to the final product of your movie dramatically increased? Oh, definitely, because I wouldn't have known that props played. Like I knew some stuff, but I didn't know to the depth that I do now.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So, would you say that there was anything in specific that really helped you accelerate your progress, per se, like in terms of your skills?
Oh, for sure. In class, our professor, like throughout the year, had shown us this YouTube channel called Studio Binder, and I feel like it really elevated my knowledge, and like I definitely knew more about being a production designer and mise en scène and all of that. I have blog posts on that as well, which go further into detail about what I learned in class.
Well, thank you for answering that question very well, and well, I think we can just about call that a wrap. So we really appreciate you having on the show, and we hope that we can have you again.
Thank you for having me.
Make sure you guys go check out Echoes of Influence, coming out to a theater near you very soon. Thank you guys.
Hey guys, quick intermission here. I forgot to mention some of the assignments we had throughout the year that helped develop my production skills. For our first assignment, we had the interview, which was the first little project we got, which had to be a 30-second creative clip where you had to essentially answer any film-related question. My questions were, what's your favorite dancing scene from a movie? I answered the one from Dirty Dancing, and the other question was, what's your favorite movie? Which I answered the Titanic. For the creative aspect, I made it silly and told my friend to keep interrupting me, and for her to put the mic up real close, which added to that comedic effect that I was hoping for. We also had the note assignment, which our instructor gave us a vague script where we needed to include a note prop somewhere in between. My group and I decided collectively to create a short horror film. By now, after various classes that happened in between the interview and this one, I had learned what color grading was and the effectiveness of sound effects, which really helped elevate this short film and also helped when creating our final project, Echoes of Influence. I used spooky music and green hues to further create that horror ambiance for the note. We also had another project called the Genre Project, which really helped us research deeply into our now genre that we chose for our movie, Echoes of Influence, which is coming of age. This assignment really helped in the end as it taught me coming of age camera techniques, character and story tropes, and filmmaking elements such as editing, sound, and lighting. That's all. Thank you so much for listening.